Hey there, fellow travelers. You know how we all love to dream about grabbing our bags and hitting the road, right? Maybe hiking through jungles, climbing big mountains that touch the clouds, or sipping some sneaky drinks in cool, shady spots your mom would totally freak out about. But guess what? In 2025, some awesome places in Asia aren't just saying nope to visitors. They're falling apart, like seriously, about to crash and burn. Today, we're talking about 7 Asian countries that are in big trouble. Money's gone, leaders are shaky, and people are losing it. This isn't one of those boring travel shows with fancy words. It's us getting real about places where everything's going sideways. And oh man, some of these are gonna shock you. You won't believe what's coming. Welcome to Globe Wander, where we keep it simple, fun, and totally honest. No fluff here. Not subscribed yet? Come on, don't wait. Hit that button, join our crazy crew, and let's jump into these 7 Asian countries that might not make it past 2025, and why they're in such a mess. 7. Lebanon. Okay, let's start with number 7, Lebanon. Hey, have you heard of this place? It's this cool spot by the sea where they used to call Beirut the Paris of the Middle East. Fancy, right? But now, oh boy, it's like a roller coaster that's about to fly off the tracks in 2025. Back in the day, Lebanon was all about yummy food, busy markets, and pretty streets with trees everywhere. It was the place to be. But things got messy. Wars kept hitting, leaders kept stealing, and then bam, in 2020, a huge explosion wrecked their big port in Beirut. Now, they've got no money left. The banks won't let people take their cash out, and stuff costs like 500 times more than it used to. Imagine going to buy a snack, and it's suddenly crazy expensive. That's Lebanon right now. The lights go out all the time too, no power for days. And this tough group called Hezbollah is fighting with the government, making it wild. Plus, tons of people from Syria next door moved in, and it's super crowded. 80% of folks are poor now, and they're mad, starting fights in the streets. If something big happens, like another war or no food, it could all fall apart fast, like a house of cards in a windstorm. Do you think Lebanon can hang on? Tell me what you think in the comments. This place is tough but wobbling bad. 6. Sri Lanka. Next up, number 6. Sri Lanka. Hey, you ever seen pictures of this island? It's got these amazing beaches and green hills where they grow tea. It used to be a vacation dream. But in 2025, it's more like a nightmare. They're in deep trouble, and it's getting scary. A couple years back, in 2022, everything went nuts. They ran out of money, couldn't buy gas, and people were so mad they burned stuff down in the streets. Now they're still trying to fix it, but it's rough. Their money's worth almost nothing, like 200 times less than before. So food and everything costs a fortune. Tourists used to flock here, cool beaches, tasty tea, but that's down 70%, almost gone, because who wants to visit when the lights keep going out? They borrowed tons of cash from China to build big things, but they can't pay it back. It's like owing your buddy $1 million with no job. The leaders are shaky too. People don't trust them, and India's next door, watching close, maybe helping or maybe pushing. If the rains mess up their crops or folks riot again, Sri Lanka could just collapse, like a sandcastle when the waves hit. Can they bounce back? Let me know in the comments. This island's cracking under the pressure. 5. Pakistan. Alright, number 5 is Pakistan. Hey, this one's a big deal, and it's wild right now. Picture this. Huge mountains, busy markets, tons of people. Pakistan's got it all, but in 2025, it's like a storm's about to swallow it whole. Last year, floods washed away their food, fields gone, people hungry, and they owe so much money they can't keep up. Stuff costs 40% more than it should, so buying bread or anything is a nightmare. 70% of folks can't even eat enough. The leaders are fighting. Some want the army, some want this guy Imran back. It's a mess, like a tug of war with no rope left. India's glaring from one side, trouble's spilling from Afghanistan on the other, and China's like, pay us back, with billions they don't have. There's danger too, bad guys causing trouble, and if food runs out or fights get worse, it's game over, like a domino falling and taking Asia with it. Will Pakistan hold together? Drop your thoughts below. This giant's shaking hard. 4. Bangladesh. Number 4 is Bangladesh. Hey, ever heard of this place? It's packed and wet. In 2025, it's like they're one big rain away from falling apart. Water's everywhere, and it's not good news. They've got rivers and rice fields, and they make tons of clothes. 80% of their money comes from shirts and stuff, but the world's not buying as much now. Floods hit hard. 60% of their land gets soaked every year, and it's wrecking their food and homes. Money's tight too. They owe a lot, their cash is dropping fast, and in big cities like Dhaka, the lights go out and people start yelling in the streets. It's super crowded. 170 million people squeezed in tight, and the young folks can't find jobs, so they're mad at the leaders. If a huge flood comes or they fight too much, Bangladesh could just sink, literally and figuratively. Think they'll make it? Tell me in the comments. This one's a waterlogged mess. 3. Laos. Number 3 slides in. Laos. Hey, this is a quiet little spot, right? Not anymore. It's all jungles and rivers, super chill, until 2025 when it's falling apart under big dreams gone wrong. They borrowed tons of money from China, billions, to build dams and trains, but now they can't pay it back, like 100% of everything they make. Rice fields in the Mekong River used to keep them going, but those dams aren't working out, and tourists stopped coming, down 60% since the world got weird. Their money's worth zilch, trade's dried up, and the leaders keep pocketing what's left. People are not happy. Villages got kicked out for those projects, young folks are leaving, and the government's wobbling, like a chair with one leg. If they can't pay or people snap, Laos is toast, quiet collapse waiting to scream. Can they pull through? Drop your guess below. This one's a jungle trap closing. 2. Nepal. Number 2 hits hard. Nepal. Hey, you know those big Everest mountains? That's here. But in 2025, it's not all cool climbs. It's a country shaking on the edge of a big drop. Earthquakes keep rattling, big ones. And tourism, which is 80% of their money, is fading. People don't climb when stuff's falling apart. They tried making power with water, hydropower, but they owe India and China so much, like half their cash, and it's not even working yet. Their money's weak, roads get smashed by landslides every year, and food's getting pricey fast. The people are splitting up, old fights about who's who, and the leaders can't agree, so it's shaky up top. One more quake or no cash, and Nepal's done, like a mountain sliding into nothing. Will they stand tall? Hit the comments. This one's a peak about to tumble. 1. Tajikistan. Number 1 blasts in. Tajikistan. Hey, bet you didn't see this coming. It's wild up there. In 2025, this mountain heat out's a ticking bomb. Money's gone, and it's about to blow. They've got these huge peaks, super cool, but they make cash from cotton and stuff you dig up, and it's crashing hard. They owe China big, 60% of what they make, and Russia used to send money from workers, but war stopped that cold. Everything costs way more. 80% of people are poor, and the lights flicker out all the time, like living in the dark. The leader's tough, but he's old, and young folks are getting mad, some even joining crazy groups. Trouble's spilling from Afghanistan next door, and if they run out of food or cash, it's over. Chaos could spread everywhere. Can they dodge this? Scream it below. This one's a sleeper ready to shatter. Hey Globe Wander crew, here's the deal. These 7 Asian spots are wobbling bad. 2025's do or die. Money's vanishing, leaders are tripping, people are done. Will they crash or claw back? Subscribe now, you wild bunch. We're riding this mess all the way. Drop in the comments, which one's toast first? Smash that like, we're in deep. With that said, we've torn into the 7 Asian countries facing collapse in 2025. A crazy lineup from Lebanon's wreck to Tajikistan's bomb. This is the world's messy side, and Globe Wander's your buddy shining a light. Subscribe, rebels. Next, we're hitting 7 places, bouncing back strong. Love this chat? Slam that like, ring the bell, shout below. Which falls got you shook? We're the crew chasing the chaos. See you next time.